Morning guys, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to my channel. Wow, I did not expect to be sat in a hotel room in Anglesey in Wales today. So it's all been very last minute, but I've been invited to BMW Motorrad's Performance Academy. And when Neil from BMW, got in touch with me and said, "Hi Kate, do you fancy riding an S1000RR around Anglesey?" I was like, hell to the yes. So I'm here, I'm rested, I've had a nice sleep, I'm ready to go, and yeah, I can't wait. So if you guys want to know a little bit about the BMW Motorrad Performance Academy, if you haven't heard of it, you've probably not heard of it because it's an extremely new venture taken on by BMW. Of course, they have their off-road school down in Wales, but they never really had anything sort of track related until now. So the track days run from Anglesey, which in my opinion is an absolutely cracking track to run it from. Honestly, if you haven't ridden Anglesey, you need to. It's got everything. They call it the Phillip Island of Wales, or the UK. Literally, it's next level. I'm sure you'll see in the footage how amazing the track is. What do you get with this track? So there are 4 levels. You've got level 1, 2, 3 and 4. The bikes, you ride BMW's bikes. So they have the F900R, they have the S1000R, they have the S1000RR, and then they have the M1000RR. But I believe you can only ride the M when you do level 4. So I'm probably not the correct person to be doing this, because I found out later on that level 1 is actually really for super beginners. They've had barely any time on track, if any. And you work on a few things: bike familiarisation, track familiarisation, you work on body position, you work on your cornering, your entry, your exit, all that stuff. And you work on gear selection and things like that. But as you go up the levels, it gets more advanced and you learn more things, etc. But one of the really cool things that I'm excited about today is the instructors. I'm not sure who they are yet. I'm sure we'll find out as the day goes on. But you've got world leading riders, you've got, ex-racers, you've got current racers, you've got people that have raced a BMW at some point in their life. So I'm looking forward to seeing who my instructor is going to be today. It's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, I just thought I'd take you along for the ride. If you're looking to book on to this school after the video, I'm going to put the link in the description below. I believe level 1 is £649, or at least it certainly was when I checked. But obviously things are subject to price increases all the time, so if you're watching from the future, double check that for yourself. Okay, time to get breakfast, time to fill my belly. And yeah, next time you'll see me, I'll probably do 160 miles an hour up church. What? 160 is a bit optimistic. Well guys, I've just arrived at Anglesey. For those who have never been and never really seen the layout, what I love about Anglesey is you have so much car park. And the weather gods have looked favourably on us today. It's a bit windy, mind, but I'll take windy with dryness and a bit of sunshine any day. Oh, it's so windy, but I'm just getting my stuff together. We've got the leathers, we've got the lid, we've got the boots, we've got the gloves. Now it's just time to get it all on. Right guys, so I'm in Group B, I've got my grey bib on and we're just about to get ready to go out on track on the bikes. Right guys, so we're about to do the first session and this one is just some proper slow laps. This is level 1, so this is basically just getting to grips with the track, getting familiar with the bike and really just sort of finding our feet whilst we're on the track. Okay, so it's quite windy today, but it's not stopping us. Yeah, so first impressions, that bike, so easy to ride, honestly. I found out today that there's no price difference between booking the F900R, the S1000R and the S1000RR. So yeah, we're on the RRs, or I'm on the RR, and yeah, it's just really, really nice. Not like, he's got everything, the Gixxer hasn't got anything. Like, it's so old, but these RRs, quick shift auto, blipper, beautiful, slipper clutch, so when you're like just about to go to a hairpin, you can just drop it down to second, you know it's not going to throw any shapes or upset you. And yeah, it's really good so far.
What I'm saying is, come out your comfort zone and exaggerate what you feel like having off, and really, I always say, minimum get one bum cheek off the seat on, nice and relaxed, relax them hands, look at me like that, the track, and breathe, so just relax, hold them to your toes and to your thighs, your hands are doing nothing, so nice and loose, that's it, and take your shoulders, that's it, perfect, so your shoulders and your hips are in line, now that is perfect, now off to the side, all through your legs, perfect, good stuff, nice and relaxed out, breathe, perfect, same again, try coming a little bit more flat, now I'm going to have to, perfect, so just so you're not sat too far back in the seat, that's all, that's perfect, okay, that's fine.
Definitely need to get you knee sliders.
Okay, so what we'll do, Katie, we'll do a couple of laps. I'll do the first couple of laps in front of you, then I'll wave you past, I'll have a little look at you, a little assessment for a lap or two, then we'll pull in, have a quick chat and we'll go back out, and whenever I ask you to improve, when we go back out, just do your best to try and work on them areas, okay?
Perfect.
Yeah?
So Steve's just set off. Okay, so this is my first session out with Ste Brogan. And at this point, he is just showing me the best lines. Okay, so I've actually cut to Ste Brogan with the camera. You can see that he's on the S1000R because of that naked dash. Oh. And yeah, this is kind of where my fault. I didn't put the camera on properly on his bike. Could have been a very expensive mistake. At this point, I think Steve's quite distracted with the fact that the camera is pretty much falling off. And here he waves me past. I love the fact that he tries to save it just there to watch me go past. But then he was like, nah, this is too much effort. So we cut back to my view. So here basically Steve is just looking at what I'm doing. I absolutely love this corner or bend. It's so fast. Now it's quite funny actually, because I think around this track I actually go faster, I get to greater speeds on my Gixxer. But then again, I'm not too concerned with throwing a 3 grand bike down the track as opposed to this, which is probably 18 grand. So at this point I've got a million things going through my head, like wow, this is a really fast bike, wow, I've got a brake for Rocket, this is Rocket. And I didn't go too wide there, which that's my nemesis. Always go wide there on Rocket. So the hairpin. Now we did the coastal circuit, not the international one. So here, when you do this little apex, you see them cones? For international, you go straight on there, massive long straight into a tight hairpin. But instead this just puts you back on the start finish straight. Okay, so we're coming in. So Steve has observed me, and we'll see what he's got to say. Ollie Ollerton. Oi, oi. I said it couldn't handle the speed.
I don't want to see your bum in the middle of the seat anywhere, okay? So, especially, you don't want to come out of every corner. So you come out of turn 1, off the left hand side, bang, hit the brakes, straight over to the right, not in the... Basically, you should never be sat in the middle of the seat anywhere. So out of turn 1, from the left, straight over to the right, hit the brakes, through turn 2, accelerate out of turn 2, use all the tap on the exit. Now that you keep your bum off the right hand side of the seat, ready for that next corner, the big factor. Because you're so small, you've got to hang off the bike more on the right, especially. The bike is tossing you about because there's not a lot of weight there, okay? Have you ever seen Danny Pedrosa or any of the smaller riders? You can't see them because they're small, they've got to make such more of an effort. So what I'm asking you now, when we go back out, I want to see you hang off here loads more than you already are. Okay, just because... Sorry? Yeah, of course. If you feel a bit more comfortable going to this, do that. But basically, I don't want to see your bum sat in the middle of the seat anywhere. Coming out of that fast right there, right along here, come out of church, I want you to stay off the right hand side of the bike and accelerate. Treat it like a straight, but hang off the bike all the way round. So when you rev the bike right out, but stay off the right, don't climb back in. Every lap you're climbing back in the middle of the seat. It's treating like a straight, it's not straight, okay? The bike's trying to wander off the track because you're sat in the middle of the bike. So stay off the side, go right through. When you get to the bottom of the hill there, stay off the right hand side, hit the brakes up when you're off the right, and then slowly slide your bum across to the left, down the gears, and then nice to the left, and then through the left, right, you're fine.
Okay, round 2. Ding ding! Right, so he's given me some pointers to work on here. Can't have my bum in the centre of the seat. Now I took this very, very literally And as you'll see on these laps, it was a little bit to my detriment. Okay, so we're coming up to the first bit that I would consider a straight, but he's saying it's not. I have to keep hanging off, and I get that. But you can see that I'm drifting out to the middle, which is not the correct line. But because I'm hanging off, I felt my weight pulling me out, because obviously I've got a bit more weight through the right-hand foot peg. And it's same here as well. So like, the apex, I should be a bit better position there. And then this, oh my gosh, so difficult. Look how wide I went. I was raging with myself. But that's the beauty of this. Look, I'm kind of on my own, so it's trial and error. You can really spend the time. Look, I'm trying to hang off, but I'm veering out to the centre because I've not quite worked out how to distribute my weight proper there whilst hanging off. Like to try and keep it a bit central, but make it so the bike's not unsettled. So I think that looked good for me. So on this, look, my foot is off because hanging off on that side, I couldn't change gear. My leg physically couldn't go under to change gear. So to do that there, it was not practical for me. I found it really awkward. Bit of a twitchy back end then, don't know what's going on. Upset it somewhere, didn't I? But again, look, I'm veering out, it's so annoying. Because I should be right near the grass there for the best line. But he told me to specifically focus on that, so that's what I tried to do. And then as you can see, he just takes over, and look at these lines, they're literally delectable. Straight over here and bam, 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 down the box. Oh, I cut it short. See what he's got to say. As active as you can on your feet, like a boxer. So Steve's going to head out first. Here, I promise I'm not trying to show everyone my butt. I'm just trying to stretch, get comfortable in the leathers, get a lot of hip cramp. So doing that just helps prevent it. Okay, so Steve's in front. Beautiful line. See, right close to the grass. Again, apex. It's so funny. I can watch and I can understand the theory all day long. It's very hard to implement it yourself. This bend, I cannot gel with it. Look how good that's done. I don't know if you guys can see it, but on the apexes is cones there, white one. That's the apex marker basically. So you know where you should be going. Look at that view. It's hard not to get distracted when you're out there. Perfect lines. Using all the track, all of it. Now, I wasn't in the best line there, given where I overtook. That's what it is. He's right, you know. Like there, I feel like I'm hanging off a grim death. But to keep the bike as upright as possible, I need to be further off it. But I feel like if I was any further off it, I can't physically hook my leg into the tank, which is a real problem for me. If there's any short people out there that have overcome that problem, please let me know in the comments below what you did. Because I think I just need a piece of rope attached to my foot so that it'll keep me on the bike even if it's sticking up in the air. No, I wouldn't be allowed on track with that. Again, not the best line there. So far from the apex. It's actually really, really beneficial because you can watch what you do and you can know for next time, like, what you actually need to do to ride better. I'll get there. I was trying to rev it more in between. So like here, I think the maximum I saw on my speedo all day up there was like 124 miles an hour. And I've done that on my Gixxer and it's shown 155 on the dash. But my gear, oh, so wide, actually embarrassing. But my Gixxer, the gearing was so different to standard that it was probably about 130. And then he overtakes me and shows me how it's done. Look at that, glances over the apex. Look at that. Beautiful. Skyward. That is what you want to see. That grey and yellow just flashing before your eyes. See, look how close he is to the grass there. That's the right line. I love that you can see his shift light on the dash. Insane. Look, oh, beautiful. I can never master that. And there, glancing right where that cone was. Bish, bash, bosh. Skyward again. Now obviously, Steve's probably not even doing 15% of what he's capable of, because obviously I need to be able to keep up with him and I have certain limitations to my riding, but it just does show you how, like, I could watch this and learn about the lines, because the lines are dead on. Look at that. Oh, it looks rapid. Look, just where that cone is, boom, hits it every time. So I was really trying to focus on not having my bum in the centre, just flipping it straight over, and also revving it a bit more. Cutting so early there. Oh, bouncing about. Oops. But you know what, this bike has so much power. I've never ridden a bike this fast on track before. It is a little intimidating. It's intimidating, but it's not at the same time, because it's got so many rider aids that you can do it comfortably. But also, like here, I didn't want to go too fast because I've got to stop for the world's most awkward bend. Not stop, but you know, go very, very slow compared to the speed you've just been doing. Just couldn't ever bloody get it right. Raging. See, to me, like, I feel like I'm hanging off for grim death, but the bike's still leaning quite severe, and that's not good, because the contact patch is like massively reduced the more the bike leans, and I need to really hang off to keep the bike as upright as possible. So difficult. I can talk you through the theory of it all day long, but I can't implement it. At that point, I was glad he overtook me because I was getting really, really tired. Honestly, somebody that doesn't go to the gym the day after, I genuinely could not walk. Flying. So good. And he sticks his arm out for us to come in, and that is the end of the day. Obviously I've had to shorten this dramatically, else you'd be watching hours and hours of footage, which I've got to try and keep it relatively snappy. But yeah, as you can see, I'm the last one.
That would look better, much smoother. Yeah, but even still, to the side of it, you do want to get off the side of the bike, from one side to the other. Obviously, it's a big heavy bike to go around for a small size person. You know, a good job getting off, right off. I mean, we'll have to define the other flight that I'm doing today.
Right guys, well that concludes my day. I was literally the last one to go out with Ste Brogan for my final one-on-one session, and yeah, amazing, absolutely loved it. He gave me so many good pointers that I could take away, and I just tried to put them into practice. And you know that he's watching you and he's judging you, so you better be doing what he said. And yeah, I got a very, very great compliment from him. But I'm happy, I'm satisfied. I feel like I rode well,
And yeah, it's been a brilliant day. But yeah, it is up there with one of the best track training schools that I've done, just because one-on-one tuition after dinner with somebody like Ste Brogan or Ian Hutchinson, or you know, the other amazing coaches that are here. It's just incredible, and it's just been so worth it. The RR is so easy to ride, it's absolutely obnoxious. Like the quick shifter, the auto blipper, the slipper clutch, all the modes, the power, just the ease of riding it. They're all equipped with forged wheels, which just makes such a wicked difference on track. And honestly, I can't express how much fun I've had today. So yeah, until the next video guys, take care, ride safe. See you later.